Master Trainers, I wanted to have the privilege to introduce to you before anyone else had the privilege. Ta-da! This is Will. Will is my counterpart in the UK, and he is, first of all, he's not originally from the UK, he's a Kiwi, and I would like to say I did call that out, didn't I?
Yes,
no,
you
I
did.
You're a Kiwi. Like, I know what that is.
Not that my accent sounds like a Kiwi at all.
No, he's from New Zealand, actually, and he lives in the UK. He's lived in a couple of countries, haven't you?
New Zealand and now London.
And now London. So we're excited to have him. So I just wanted to have Will, first of all, Will brings so much gravitas to our programming because he is from Les Mills. The gravitas minus the combat, because the ladies would like to probably talk to you about combat if they can.
Waste of an hour.
That'd be a waste of time. He is really from Les Mills and does a lot of, well, what did you do for Les Mills besides body pump? Mostly body pump?
No, body tech and body step and grit. I was a Les Mills instructor at a Les Mills World of Fitness in New Zealand from 1999, and then I moved to Auckland, which is obviously where the main gym is, and I worked my way up the ranks and I became a DVD presenter for body tech and body step. And then I moved to London and I worked for the distributor in Europe and did a lot of European quarterlies, and then I worked for the agency in a quasi-business legal trainer role for 1 year.
I like how Les Mills calls it the agency, like the agency.
The agency.
I love that. Like we say headquarters, people say we're back at corporate. It's like the agency. I know it sounds so official. But one thing you do need to know about Will, besides the fact he is a fabulous instructor, I watched him do his magic in the gym earlier. He just killed them. Show him your notes on your arm.
Oh, no, they've rubbed off.
He's not his hand, so he had all the notes on his arm.
I only got the round yesterday.
Yes, in his defense, he really just got it yesterday. But he was a lawyer, so he left being a lawyer, like everyone should leave being a lawyer.
Yes.
What do they say? Line up all the lawyers and kill.
The lawyers outside of the United States don't have such a bad reputation.
I agree.
Nice.
We don't need to go with like what Shakespeare's model of the lawyer.
No,
kill
not
people.
at all.
He can live. We'll keep him. But what I wanted to have Will do, because he has such a vast amount of knowledge in regards to being a master trainer, and let's be honest, and I was very forthright with Will, everything we do in our industry that's pre-designed is a knockoff of Les Mills, and that's a fact. I mean, okay, and Les Mills knocked off Jazzercise, if you're as old as I am, but the bottom line is they really did create pre-designed formats, and they really, I think they mastered it in a way that we're all still learning from. But if you could tell us, what is the biggest faux pas you see with master trainers, vets, beginners, like what do you see when you travel the world and you're like, oh, that's a really great trainer, except for fill in the blank?
I think from a pre-designed format perspective, it's not knowing exactly what the answers should be for really common questions. Because once you've been training for a long time, participants and instructors that come along to the trainings, they have a set number of questions that always get asked. And it's really important as a trainer or a master trainer to know what the party line is, because we need to be delivering a consistent experience from a training or an event in the United States through to the UK, and also the consistency within the same countries. We need to make sure that we know the right answers, and when we deliver that answer, it needs to be from the communal, well, we do this, and we do that.
Okay.
And the insanity approach is this.
Okay, I like that. So if you were going to give an example, it would be, they shouldn't say this is what I would do, this is what we do at the agency.
Yeah, so, the agency.
At the agency.
So an example might be someone asks, when you have a participant that asks you this question, what would you say? And the response would be, well, in my class is I.
Oh,
And you immediately sort of detach from the we, and that you're not talking about what we do as a group of master trainers that are all doing the same thing, but you kind of personalize it. And the minute you start doing that, you also start thinking of what you specifically do in your class, and that's not necessarily what the party line is. And it's really important to know what that is and to stay with that, because we need to be a team that's delivering a consistent experience.
That is great feedback. What advice do you have? So we have about 23 new people that hello. The agency boss is here.
The director.
The director of the agency. The director of the agency is here. Will just gave some really great advice on the biggest faux pas master trainers can make in the field. And now he's going to let us know what, with your permission, of course.
Of course, please.
What's the best advice for just a new master trainer?
My advice for a new master trainer is to get amongst it. That's a really Kiwi term, get amongst it. It means whenever you have an opportunity to be involved, then take that opportunity. And when you're starting off, it may be that you're not necessarily getting paid for everything, and you really need to be willing to dive in and get your hands dirty, be involved in as much stuff as you can, put your hand up, and really be there to learn from people who have more skills than you.
That seems universal, because one thing I know is from talking with you is a lot of ways we do business in our industry, it's worldwide.
Yep.
It seems like the newbies that come on board, they really need to pay their dues, and that's worldwide. That's nothing. That's just.
Absolutely.
It seems like everyone starts at the bottom, and you work up to the top. And when you get to the top, now let me ask you this: when someone gets to the top of their game, what's your best advice for them? Because you can get to the top and think, "Oh, I'm here."
My advice there would be that the minute you think you're at the top, you start falling off.
Okay.
And the minute you get complacent and you stop learning, then you're not progressing, and there are fitter and younger people below you.
Those damn young ones.
that are going to work their way up. And if you get complacent, then they're going to knock you off the perch. And that doesn't mean that you can't stay there, but you've got to be fresh, and you've also got to be willing to learn from the people below you.
Okay. Yeah, because they do bring a fresh perspective.
Totally.
You know?
And the more senior you get, the more risk there is of you getting stuck in your ways and doing something that's not best practice, and then that becomes your only practice. And sometimes having new people come in is a great way to learn and to refresh yourself, and to also get rid of the bad habits that you've developed.
So Will is starting fresh in the UK. He has a team of 0.
Team of 1.
He's got one. Will is Will. It's like, this is Will, and Will is Will. And he is going to go out in the UK, and he is going to find master trainers and cultivate them. What are you looking for? So I know what I'm looking for, and I know sometimes I find things that's not the right fit. So when you're looking for a master trainer, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for someone who is committed and energetic and is willing to learn. I think that a lot of the time when people want to become a master trainer, they're doing it for a mixture of the right and wrong reasons, and a lot of the time people want to be fitness famous, or they want to reach a certain level. And that's not a bad thing, because I don't think that motivation has to be bad, but it's bad when someone gets to the master trainer level and they think they've arrived. Because the reality is that when you become a master trainer and you're new and you're sort of coming into the fold, that's actually when the real learning starts. It's not an end point, it's almost the real beginning.
Tell me, because you're with Les Mills for so long, what are you most excited about right now with Insanity?
I'm really excited about the fact that we have a practically brand new product that we can really mould and sculpt to be the best high-intensity interval training program in the world.
In the world, did you hear that? I'm talking outside.
We're global, baby.
Outside the agency.
Can I add one thing? I think Will's saying all these really great points about how you can, if you're a top master trainer, how you can take it to the next level. He's bringing that to the corporate environment too, because he's come into our world and disrupted things a little bit and came with these amazing ideas, and he's bringing more to the table than just being a fantastic instructor. He's bringing something in that's this whole new perspective and this whole level of professionalism and understanding that maybe we don't see as much because we're in our own world. So it's been a really great week with him.
It's been awesome.
We can embarrass him too.
I know, right? But he's courageously forthright, and that's one of our it's our mission statement.
Yeah.
It's to be courageously forthright, and it's hard sometimes, to be honest. But he has looked at a couple things that we do, and he's like, "That's." You didn't say it this. You didn't say it this way. He said it this is Barb's interpretation. He didn't come in and go, "That ain't gonna work." He just kind of looked at a couple things and said, "Here's a better way of doing it, and this is why we should do it this way." And we're like, "Well, yeah, duh." And we felt like it was our idea.
I like that courageously forthright as a value, because in England I'm called mouthy. Or loud.
Or honest. We're a little too honest.
Or get blunt.
We're like best friends already. I love this man. So this is Will, and I hope you all have an opportunity to meet him, and I hope he'll come to the States more often, or maybe Shannon will just fly all of us to the UK for some sort of party in London.
Yeah.
But this is Will, and I hope you find him on Facebook. Your Facebook page, right?
Yep.
So he's joining in the Facebook.
We're putting him in our group, so you can
the closed Facebook page. So I'm sure he'll get chatty in there. He has not been at a lack of words since he's gotten here, which we really fully do appreciate. That as a compliment.
I never fail to find something.
You guys will love Will. He is just a great addition to the team, and it's a perfect fit. So Shannon did really good finding him. So
thanks.
This is Will. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
See ya.
Shannon, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.